Hey, losers! This is how you play the game.
What? And also, you are reading this on my mustache.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with Wario Land. Shake it for the Wii.
Wah!
Place 2.
Arguably the best Wario Land.
One of the best Wario games ever made, and also one of the dumbest subtitles I've ever heard of in a video game.
Yeah.
Shake it. So, let's get right to it. This is a Wii game. It follows... I feel like it follows a lot of the gameplay of Wario Land 4.
Yeah, it's essentially Wario Land 4 with anime aesthetics.
In fact...
Whoa!
Who's that, sir?
Why remember her?
It's Captain Syrup.
From Wario Lands 1 and 2. I never thought they'd bring her back. Ever.
Behold, people, the animation in this game, including the in-game animation, you'll see it, is actually done by freaking Production IG.
And here's our villain.
It's mine. It's finally mine. The bottomless coin sack is mine! Coins for everyone! With every shake, a fortune in coins bursts forth from its limitless depths. Now both this legendary treasure and...
A cute sprite.
this enchanting young queen belong to me.
Get bent!
Even disdain is lovely on this face. Shake Dimension, tremble before your new king, the Shake King!
That's literally his name, by the way. The Shake King.
Nice.
Wait, I want to voice it.
My beloved queen. Don't worry, I will rescue you somehow.
And he
Off he
flies
goes.
off to find a way to save the day.
I
even though
can
he's-
fly because yes.
But meanwhile, in the real world...
But that's all taking place on a globe, which Syrup is about to steal.
By the way, is it wrong to
So it's a globe world like with the music box.
Alright, is Syrup bad in this game, or is she like going...
No, she's good in this one, ironically.
And meanwhile...
And look, there's Wario sleeping the day away in his car.
Hello, package for Mr. Wario. My bad, I almost mixed it up. Whoa!
They do it all the time. Jerks.
Let's see what this is.
What?
Ooh.
Oh,
What's his card
really?
say?
a little present from me to you? Treasures inside. Enjoy.
Kind of sad we weren't able to bring Wii or Sealy into this, because I think they'd have a wild ride with Syrup.
He's like, oh, I got this figured out.
He's got to break it
Break
open.
this ancient artifact. Oh, shit.
Being fair, it is the Wario way of thinking.
Whoa.
I am the magic spyglass genie.
It's right above him.
Yo!
Oh no!
Please, you must save her.
All the little growls he does.
See, this terrible tyrant, the Shake King, God, that is a fucking stupid name. He
Yeah,
attacked us.
keep going on.
He invaded our home, the Shake Dimension. Really? I managed to get away, but all my dear friends were captured.
It's like the more he's talking, he's like,
Then-
wow, even I don't believe what
And
I'm
then
saying.
that
Treasure.
man stole the Shake Dimension.
Tell me about the treasure.
The treasure? Yes! It's a magic sack that never runs out of coins, no matter how often you shake it.
Yeah.
No! How do you...
Wait, oh, how do you get to the shake dimension? Wait,
You can get
Through this telescope.
Through this telescope, but without the help... Stranded in my way.
We stranded that world.
Yeah, sad to say, the subtitles do go by a little fast.
yeah.
So you need their help to get out.
You'll
That's
help
what we're
us,
doing.
right? Then let's go. Follow me?
Yes.
Wario jumps in ass first.
Oh, speaking of which, I want to say something real quick right here.
Hey, Twintail. Mine was here first.
Yes.
Wario was the ultimate twerk master before we had that twin tail.
And,
And
yeah.
then
Oh dear.
And then Samus steps in and says, "Sorry, boys."
One of them's a girl.
Just sorry.
Shut up.
So Matt, Production IG.
Yes, Production IG. They are the people who did. Yes, this animation is gorgeous. Oh
Very,
god dang.
very,
Okay.
very good.
Mr. Wario, welcome to the Shake Dimension. Don't ask.
Murphle.
Hold on there just a moment.
Hold on there
now.
just a moment
You
now.
go ahead.
One of you. Yeah, you go ahead.
Our
you do it.
greatest treasure, the bottomless coin sack, has been stolen.
Hey, Captain
Wait, she
Syrup from the
comes
first game.
from this?
No, she's
No.
just saying that. Stolen by a vicious pirate known as the Shake King.
She's hoping we can't remember.
But don't get your long johns in a twist. I've a way to find the Shake King. first you'll have to beat the bosses who rule the 5 continents of this here world.
By the way, Shakin. Shaking.
Ha.
Gosh, I almost forgot, Mr. Wario. You'll need to collect the 5 boss fire emblems.
You mean to say we're gonna shake
Without those, we can't find King Shake. Shake King's ship. That's where my queen, Queen Merelda, is being held against her will. Wait, please, Mr. Wario, I beg you, save Queen Merelda.
So in other words, wherever this Queen Merelda is, we should also find the bottomless coin sack. Get me?
That I get.
So what do you think, Wario? Think you can handle it? Handsome?
Don't call me that ever again.
She never likes us,
Oh,
does
thank
she?
you. Thank you.
Nah, she
Like,
just
what is-
teases us.
I'm trying to figure out like what the relationship is.
Let's just say that, well...
I
even
think
though
Kyle,
it's been a good, let me think. Her last appearance was Wario Land 2, which was in
Wait, I think
2008.
I think their relationship is like Ada Wong and Leon Kennedy if Leon Kennedy was a porn star.
Wait,
Leon
what?
Kennedy and Ada Wong, if not a bit worse.
I was gonna think almost like if not that, maybe like Laura Croft and that one British guy she likes hanging out with sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Or like they're both
I
totally
have no
treasure
idea
hunters.
who that is.
Well,
Me
Hype
neither.
knows because we saw it in that one movie.
Maybe.
That.
Played by Daniel Craig.
Actually,
Playing
no.
an American.
Yeah, played by Daniel Craig, playing an American.
Hey, you know what? It can't be any worse than Guile being voiced by a what was his name's nationality? Well, whatever. That said,
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Off we go to the sweet stuff.
But yes.
Jean-Claude
Yeah,
Van Damme.
yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
But just
Yeah,
real
that was a
quick,
fun time.
we're not going to waste too much time on gameplay elements because from a gameplay standpoint, this is almost identical to Wario Land 4 in terms of like controls and what you can do.
With a few shakes added in here and there. Hey,
Buzz off!
Wario doesn't appreciate that.
So, really quick, just going to say, alright, Production IG, for those who do not know, the people who make, they're the people who made, Ghost in the Shell, let's see, Ghost in the Shell,
They
Eden
did animations for Pokemon Origins and stuff.
Yep,
And they did the intro Sonic Riders.
yep,
Oh yeah.
and unfortunately, they do the amazing animation for the god-awful show. Please mention it.
Oh,
Sword Art Online.
Thank you.
sort of. Okay, well, technically, it's either.
Matt does not want to say that because he doesn't want to incur the wrath of the gods again.
Well, I was gonna say either it's a bad show or it's an amazing show if you're talking about Sword Art Online Abridged.
I'm talking about the actual Sword Art Online.
Well, either way, Production IG did the animation for Sword Art Online Abridged, so therefore it's a good company.
Very funny.
So the cool thing about this is that this is, we've been doing all these fully animated games, and technically this is like one of the first ones I played.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Wario Land Shakin is definitely one of the first. Though that being said, I do remember Odin Sphere was a thing before Wario Land Shakin, but I think this is the first one that went with a full-on anime aesthetic. No puppeting, so to speak.
Puppeting.
Yeah, Mandarino.
Well, that's essentially the animation technique that they did for Odin Sphere. That's not all not every bit of it is hand-drawn. They did sort of tweak it here and there, or tween it, rather.
Odin Sphere and Muramasa are fantastic looking games.
Oh yeah, they're great games. No, make no mistake. They're just not. They weren't animated traditionally, if that means anything.
That baddie is never coming down.
Nope. That's how.
Ooh, you're made of gold. I wonder what you got. Gold, gold. Perfect.
Gold! Gold!
The Gold Fever. Sorry,
Yeah, it looks like you're flat broke. Well, out the door with you.
sorry.
But
Back
anyway.
to you, Hype.
It's fine. That's the mechanic that they introduced in this game, is when you give the remote a good shake, Wario can do this ground pound move that can stun all enemies that are grounded, and can also, interact with the environment in certain ways, like we saw with those rising and dropping pillars.
And also, we got this neat little sucker that lets us run at supersonic speeds.
Nice. Oh,
Unfortunately, that also means that you can't do that yourself manually like you could in Wario Land 4.
Oh.
This time, it's relegated to these things. So that being said, this is definitely a lot more This is definitely a bit faster by comparison.
And we got the classic side bash.
Got to go fast!
Ah,
Oh no, Walden.
Gotta go wah!
Come on.
gotta go whack.
Gotta go wah, 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 wah.
Okay, anyway.
Ow.
What is that?
A fickle compass.
By the way, really quick, back to Sword Art Online Bridge. And of course, he was visited by that jolly old man, the patron saint of prostitutes. Look it up. Old Saint.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So, here, things to talk about. So I noticed that there are 3 treasures, or there could probably be more later, but there are 3 things on the right. What is the thing on the, what are the symbols on the left?
Those are your objectives in every stage.
Is that an onion?
Yes.
No, that's garlic.
Oh, sorry, garlic.
Mario's favorite food.
Sorry.
Wario loves his garlic.
Yeah, garlic cloves pretty much refill your health.
Unfortunately, you can only get garlic from enemies, though. Oh, what's this?
Someone's calling for help in there.
Uh-oh.
Warning!
Wonder what would happen if I were to say, shake it?
We got the Murphle, but we gotta leave.
But we gotta go, because unfortunately now we're on a time limit. Just like in Wario Land 4, if you run out of time, you lose all your valuables. Though I will admit, in this game's case, it's actually kind of hilarious to see, because like a shadow of the Shakin pops up, and then suddenly darts right for you, grabs you, shakes all of your loot out, and then tosses you out of the stage.
Ouch.
Yikes.
And I love that animation. Unfortunately, it's very hard, and unfortunately, it's very easy in this game to actually get to the end without running out of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, very clever use of doing that. So what is the, what are the actual objectives themselves?
Well, they're just basic like random missions in every stage that you have to fulfill. If you do all that and get all the treasure, then you unlock the stage background music to listen to at your convenience.
I just realized I just realized Captain Syrup's ship is called the Sweet Stuff.
Well, it's not her ship per se, but that is what we were robbing from, and it actually ends up being her play. She actually opens up a shop here.
Go right back to it, Wario.
Anyway, I do want to say that I hope that this game gets a Switch port.
Oh, by the way,
That'd
let's
be
see
nice.
what we got. First, we got the Murphle syrup. Thick, sweet syrup made by Murphles with love and a zesty blend of 11 herbs.
Ooh. 6-week-old curry
The pirate galley cook recommends curry be aged properly before eating.
for servbots.
And finally, the fickle compass. This compass points north, or whatever other direction takes its fancy. Sometimes it also points west.
Devil damn it.
That's East Patrick.
You're fired again.
So what's the media room?
So the meeting room is where you can listen to all those sweet tunes that you unlock.
Sound test.
Essentially,
by the way-
you can actually also unlock. You can also unlock the intro and ending to this game, but you have to buy them from the shop first.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Sorry, Steve. But
It's
that
fine.
said, unfortunately, I'm not going to bother going after all these because honestly, the missions getting the treasures is fun and all, but the missions themselves can be a pain in the ass, and unfortunately, you can't do both at the same time all the time.
So what's that? What's the Captain Syrup icon?
That's
the
the
shop.
shop.
Oh.
We'll get to that in a bit, but yeah, these are all the worlds you get to go through in this game. Unfortunately, they're all clouded by some serious fucking fog, so we should probably check out the shop and see if we can do something about that.
Okay.
Time for some room on the sweet stuff.
By the way, I saw Cala Maria in the corner up there.
Nice. But it's just a very, very good-looking game.
Welcome, Wario. Come on in. Since you will be needing me on your trip, I'm opening up a pirate shop. To celebrate our grand opening, I'll give you a special deal on area map number 1.
We buy the worlds.
Pirate shop seems very oxymoronic, seeing as pirates are supposed to steal.
So that's how it works. We buy access to the other world by clearing the other levels.
Fuck you,
So
bitch.
that's
Whoa.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, to be fair, she gotta make a living somehow.
Yeah.
You can also buy recovery potions and heart vessels, but unfortunately we don't really have the cash for that. We're just going to settle with area map number 1 for now. Now, here's something I find kind of cool about Wario Land Shakin. If you play your cards right and collect a lot of loot, you technically could bypass area number 2 and go to area 3 first. You will have to do all the areas eventually, though, because you do need to beat all the bosses from each. But until then, you technically do have an option of, like, what stage you want to go to, assuming you got the riches to do so.
Right.
Okay.
I'm guessing the more islands you get, every island has more and more money.
Kind of. Well, I think they all have roughly around the same amount of cash, though I do think maybe the later ones do a bit more, but I don't really know. With that said, we've unlocked access to our first level, the Rattle Ruins.
Yay!
So it's another pyramid.
No, it's not. Well, actually, yes, it is a pyramid.
Okay.
But with that said, we'll go there in the next part, and classy Wario.
8-ball rocket.
So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, before we end off, I'll just leave this fun little tidbit for you guys.
A shared joke that.
Stare into the dancing lights. Stare and dream. Stare.
Wait, what was that?
dream. Soon to be available everywhere but Arkansas.
Oh,
God, it is weird.
I'm sorry, I could not resist.
My
But that's it,
eyes!
ladies and gentlemen.
I can't unsee! Cannot unsee! Ah!
Stare and dream. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for part 2 where we go to the Nether Ruins.
Damn you, Tyler Durden!
I forgot what I was going to say!
you know, that actually does beat the joke I would have made, where it would just be like, Tots around buttocks?